This video will explain the collaboration and academic honesty policy for this class. So the policy on collaboration for this class is as follows. You are expected to collaborate with other students on guided practice assignments. You may collaborate and use technology as much as you wish, and no disclosure of your collaboration is necessary. However, each student must turn in their own guided practice assignment for grading, so there will be no joint submission of guided practice assignments. Other than the guided practice assignments, there is no collaboration with any other students or any other sources on any of the other assignments. So you may not collaborate with other students or seek help from any source other than your instructor and your source materials, textbook, the video lectures, handouts, etc., on any of the other assignments for class, the concept checks, the learning modules, or the timed assessments. You may consult internet sources, but be advised that these may not be very helpful to you. There are a number of different approaches to teaching and doing logic, and so using sources not intended for this class may require you to do a lot of translating that you don't really have the skills for. So these sources may just end up confusing you more than they clarify things. Note that, so what this means is that concept checks, learning modules, and timed assessments are all considered to be open book, and that you can use your textbook, you can use your video lectures, you can use your handouts, etc. while you're doing it. However, a word of caution about doing that with the timed assessments. So if you're relying a lot on your materials when you go into a timed assessment, you will probably not have enough time. If you have to be looking at your sources while you're doing it, you're probably not going to have enough time to do the assessment in the time that's allowed. So going into the timed assessment, you should be pretty sure that you have the concept down. And that maybe you just need to glance at it very quickly, maybe to look at a rule or something, but you shouldn't have to be looking at a lot of things while doing the timed assessments. If you have to do that, you're not ready for the timed assessment. Also, because the timed assessments auto-submit and require completion, if you tab over to another browser page, it can make the timed assessment submit, even when you're not done, even when you haven't clicked submit. So you should be careful about going to different web pages and doing things during a timed assessment. The same goes for a concept check. You should be a little careful on that because that doesn't have auto submit. But if you go away, if you leave that page, it can submit. And opening a new tab in your browser or going over to another tab shouldn't do that, but it could. Now, the worst that will happen on a concept check is that you'll just have to start over. And since there's only 10 questions in a concept check, that's not too bad. So it's really in the timed assessments where you want to be careful about leaving that web page. Okay, so to continue the rules, enabling another student to violate these rules or providing help to another student in violation of these rules is a violation of the rules. For any assignments not listed here, assume that no collaboration is allowed. Additional guidelines for academic honesty and the natural argument projects will be provided later. The minimum penalty for plagiarism or inappropriate collaboration is a no pass grade on the affected assignment and an elimination of any further chances to revise the work. In especially egregious cases, the penalty can be significantly more severe, up to and including automatic failure of the course and possible suspension from BU. If you're not sure if something is allowed or not, ask me before you do it. Say, is this allowed? And I will tell you yes or no. So if you're not sure how something is covered under these guidelines, just ask.